Hey everybody, as you can see it is a amazing winter's day down at the beach, and I thought for a bit of fun I'm going to come down with a detector. I have good news for you, which is that if I don't find anything in this video it will be short, but I have a load of stuff to show you that I found last week when I wasn't actually making a video. I would quite like popping out occasionally with this just to get away for a few hours and away from the cameras and doing any work and anything like that, and just enjoy it for what it is. But I hit it quite lucky the other day, and unfortunately I didn't get that on camera, but I can show you all at the end. But today, now I'm a bit better practice with this detector, I'm going to have another go over this beach. This I was given by companies to review by Hour. You can see the review on my channel now if you wish to. Obviously this beach gets a lot more traffic in the summer, so by this point this shingle will be replaced, so anything that was lost here in the summer is probably gone, or it's further up where we can't actually search because that's not allowed. Oh. Look at that thing! Right, that's where we're getting two types of signal. It's a fishing weight that looks like a little rocket, but it's got steel in the back and lead in the front. That's quite funny actually, I'm going to keep that. I've never seen a fishing weight like that. It's pretty cool. The ultimate cast, rocket cast. Was that it though? It was. Will we find a coin? I'd like to find a couple of coins, that'd be cool. I've been pretty lucky with coins, that's one of the things I'm going to show you at the end of the video. But I've also found some World War II stuff, which is very cool. Don't worry, it's completely safe. I'm not going to waste your time, that is all I found on that trip to the beach. I dug a few more things, but it was all trash. And I'm not surprised with that beach, because as I say, the sand gets replaced every few months by the sea, basically. And they also do lots of replenishment with machinery. Plus people metal detect the hell out of it, so I'm not surprised that that's all I found. However, I was quite lucky the other day, as I say, when I wasn't filming, I went for a walk and tried a different piece of beach, not that dissimilar to the beaches where I was, but I found a little section of maybe 20 metres by 20 metres that was just crammed full of coins. I found most of these in that one place, but a few of them I found in the garden and other places. But most of them were found there. Obviously these are old style £1, new style £1, old style 50p's, loaded 20p's, old style 10p's, and newer 10p's, 5p's, 2p's, 1p's, a couple of half pennies, and this thing which you might think, oh, is that an ancient coin? No, I think it's a 1 or a 2p that's just been destroyed. It's paper thin, you can't see a single marking on it. I'm not going to clean it because if I did you'd never see anything left, I don't think. I have no idea what that is. Interestingly, the oldest coins out of all of these, it's not the half pennies, because they're 1971, it's these 50p's at 1969. These are the two oldest coins I've found so far. The rest of them are actually a bit newer than that. They're all like in towards the 80s. And that's what's kind of weird, is where I found these, I found all at the same time. Now obviously, if someone lost some coins around the 80s, that would make sense because these would be that sort of time, they would still be around. Quite a lot of these 20p's came from that one place. So it could be that someone lost a bag of change there, and by some sheer luck, no other metal detectorist in all this time has just walked to that part of the beach. But I do find that people don't walk far. They're quite lazy when they come in a car. They'll always want to try close to where they are. I'm wondering if I want to clean them up or not. Because, like, well, these ones aren't even that old. If I clean these up, I could just go and sell them today. Spend them today. These older 50p's, you can't really see what's on them that clearly. And they're not going to be worth any great amount of money as they are anyway, so it wouldn't harm to clean them. But I'm like, shall I or just leave them as they are? It seems kind of cool to just collect a load of money. I don't know. But anyway, the cooler thing, or to me the cooler thing I found, was these 4 little rings. And these are not rings for your fingers. I'll show you close up, see when you recognise what they are. Focus camera. This will be a dead giveaway at this point. Can you see the grooves? These are rotating bands or driving bands off of anti-aircraft ammunition. 20mm specifically. Now because these are 20mm, and I've counted they have 9 grooves on them, I am 99.9% sure I know what gun these came from. Well, one of 2, but most likely the one. It's either a 20mm Hispano, is it pronounced Hispano? I'm trying to remember now. But the other one is the 20mm Oerlikon, and I think that is much more likely because they were used in Spitfires and things like that. In the beginning of the war, I think they used the 20mm rounds. Then they realised we can only carry so many rounds for the weight of these things, so they switched to 308? Or was it 303? I can't remember, much smaller round, so they could carry a lot more and get more shots on target, opposed to big destroying 20mm. I think that's kind of the idea as to why it changed over. But anyway, it's more likely, because I found these on the beach, that these were fired from ships, because the Oerlikon is used far more on ships as an anti-aircraft defence gun. Now, because I happen to have a large ammunition collection, I actually have an Oerlikon round, although this is a more modern one. It doesn't have a driving band on it, but it is basically the same thing. These would have been down here on the neck, and as I say, that gets rammed through the rifling, and it helps seal it, and it helps spin the projectile. That's why it's interesting, actually. They've got like a groove surface on the inside, so it keys into the bullet, so it doesn't just spin on the bullet, it actually spins the bullet. So these are explosive rounds, and ordinarily they have explosives in here and a fused tip. This is obviously, as I say, is inert, so this is just a little brass tip. And when they explode, they seem to blow the top of the round off, but then what you're left with is the base and these. So my hypothesis on this is that the rounds were fired, as I say, we know this because they've got the marks in them, and the base of it has just rusted away, and these have fallen out, and I managed to find 4 of them, and didn't find any more, which is really annoying. But yeah, I thought that was super cool to find those. Definitely a connection to World War II. They could have even been fired at, you know, German planes. The other thing I found that was rather cool was this bullet, but it's a bit of a weird one. Now, let me just explain. With bullets, if you find them, if you know what you're doing, I know this is a solid projectile. I know this is safe. If you don't know, throw it back in the sea. If you find casings like this, which have no projectile in them, and they've been fired, you are actually allowed to keep these, but you want to make sure they're actually empty and there's nothing in them, but don't modify them or start taking live rounds apart that you find. That's illegal and also pretty dangerous. But yeah, as I say, this was fine to keep. It's quite cool. However, I found it very close to where I found these, so I assumed that this must also be World War II, and then of course you would think, that must be a 303 Brit. And a 303 Brit round looks like this, and the projectile from that is this, and as you can clearly see, it's not 303 Brit, it's way thinner. It's a 6.5mm, basically, and I don't know what gun we used in World War II which used a 6.5mm, other than apparently the army used 6.5mm as a training round with Carl Gustaf recoilless rifles. So it could be that it is a training round from something like that, but I don't know if they use Carl Gustaf recoilless rifles down here. It could be more modern. It could be like a 270 Winchester. I think that's about the same size. Or it could be something else. I don't know. But again, it's kind of cool. It's probably from World War II-ish. If any of you know of why there would be a 6.5mm like this, just in case anyone's wondering about the length of it, that normally denotes that it's more of a, I'm not going to say sniper round, but a longer range round. They basically want to keep as much mass in it as they can, but shrink down the size of it. I am very sure this is not a tracer. I'll just say that. I've looked at it very closely. I've cleaned it up. I mean, I even cleaned up a bit more. It's brass all the way in, and then that white would denote the lead core in the middle. So, you know, I'm happy this one's safe. But yeah, I have no idea what or why that was there. That's a bit of a weird one. Just to show you, like, this is that casing from the 303 Brit. It's not even close. So there you go, that's all the things I found in the metal detector so far. Got really lucky with those coins. I'd love to find some more things like this, which is safe and isn't going to kill anyone. I do fear one day I might find, you know, something that I know is live, but I will just call the authorities and deal with it properly. If it's a single round, what we used to do when we were kids was we were taught, if you find a bullet on the beach, lob it back in the sea. Because it's better to be further out and then no one's going to find it, hopefully. It normally happened on really low tides. You'd be walking along and be like, oh look, there's a bullet, there's a bullet. And it's like, well, can we keep it? No, throw it in the sea. So if I can find some more things like this, or maybe even one with the base that's been blown off so I know it's just a piece of steel, that would be cool. I don't want to find any whole ones. Well, there you go. I didn't want to fill this full of me looking on the beach and not finding anything. I thought I'd get straight to this. You can see the things I found are up to date. But yeah, I do hope to find some more things in the future. I'll do a few more videos. I've got to think about places to go. So anyone got any suggestions of good places to go that are legal, please say. And also, if you notice, this halfpenny that I found in amongst these coins, which is 1971, interesting enough, even though that's 1969. See how it's purple and green? It's very pretty. Kind of a shame it's all peeling off, but you know. Anyway, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. Catch you in the next one. Bye bye.